Hey guys, so this is my video summarizing the revisions that I had implemented based on the user testing videos and the follow-up questions that I had with my users. And so first I want to say that the user testing exercise and taking the videos and discussing my project with the users was extremely helpful in helping me figure out where my piece could use some work and refinements and help me recognize where I could fix some things that I wouldn't have been able to see if I was left on my own. So the first revision that I had made was in the logo with the musky fly, although you might not be able to tell, but I re-illustrated the musky fly graphic, and that was because I wanted to make it more legible at smaller sizes, so I re-illustrated it with less detail and made it more refined and simple. And then I also increased the stroke weight on the popper surrounding the Wisconsin initials, and then increased the stroke weight on the water as well, so that it more closely resembled the weight of the glyphs in Futura Medium and the Hustle script in the Catch and Capture. And then I also moved the information guide up here in this corner. It was previously down here in this corner, and from the user testing videos I realized that many of the users ended up opening mine more like a book, and so they weren't really opening it up and extending this page to see the information guide there like I had thought they might. So I moved it up in this corner. And then when users open it, kind of like a book, with this fish finder screen, in this page I didn't change a whole lot to it, but what I did figure out from the user testing exercise was that I could reflect this screen, which is what I did with this page, and Meg had suggested it, so thanks to her. Just that this previously was behind all of this type, and so by reflecting it I kind of took advantage of all this white space so that the type was more legible here. So most of my revisions were actually made in the interior of my poster, and the first thing I did was I made this photograph, which was previously this photograph of a previous client of my brother's. I had made this largest photograph of picture of my brother. This is because with this photograph up here, it had thrown users off because they expected it to be my brother. And then the other bigger thing that I did was I rearranged the sections, and previously it was guided trips, packages, testimonials, and meet the guide about my brother. But now I rearranged it based on the order of importance of the information to the user. And so the first section is now meet the guide, introduction to the guided trips, and the packages. And then I also added another section called Be Prepared, which is a Boy Scout motto. And the first subsection of this is packing for the trip, which kind of gives a little paragraph on what people hiring my brother should bring and what they don't need to bring and what my brother will provide. And then in order to anticipate what users might do after interacting with this piece, I provided recommendations for my brother for lodging that he would recommend to clients. And then the last section is the testimonials section. And the other thing that I did was I really went into detail and made sure that all of the justified type looked good and was well crafted without any rivers or any awkward tight spacing. And I also created this pine tree kind of graphic illustration to kind of add to the Northwoods feeling, but then I also placed it down here because it directs the user's eye back up along the guided route. I also tried making the subheadings in this section. I tried making them the red in the compass graphic. However, when I did that, I kind of started to get a Christmas vibe with the green and red, especially with these pine trees. So I gave it some thought and I ended up instead changing it back to just simple consistency with the dark green. And then I also added this catch and capture logo down here in the corner, and this was to provide compositional kind of balance to the piece, but then this other added element also kind of serves as a reminder or a little brand signature. And then I also had to, when I rearranged the sections, I had to re-illustrate the path, so that's what I did. And then I also added at the end, after the user goes through the piece and reads the testimonials, I added a little call to action, which is contact info, and right on the other side of it is the contact information for my brother. And I thought this would be a good call to action for users after reading through all of the information. And I also used the pixel typeface from the fish finder screen, and I feel like this was a little simple element that would help tie this page together typographically with the fish finder. And then I also lightened up the map illustration in the background in order to make the parts of the body copy more legible, because there were some places where it started to get hard to read. And so I guess in conclusion, I don't know, I feel like I've worked very hard, and I'm really happy that I went for the branding or rebranding of Catch and Capture, and I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm really excited to hopefully and finally show my brother soon, because I think he's really going to enjoy it. I hope that he enjoys it as much as I did creating it. So thank you very much.